Okay, so growing up crazy, we're gonna do. I feel like being silly, right? And silly because everybody still asks about the pain and the suffering thing. You're like, how do you get around the pain and suffering? And this just has to be addressed in a silly fashion because, like I always say, like problems are like penises. You laugh at the small ones. They need to be laughed at. They need to be ridiculed. They need to be shrunk because where it comes from is all of our downstream self-importance. Like I love to say, like the universe. Sometimes the universe does root for the lion, but what we fucking forget is that we are the lions in this social game. We are the lions. We hold all the keys. We have all of the keys because it's our mind and it's our feelings and it's our process that is being used against us and subverted against us by the assassins of joy in the world. And I grant it, like whenever we get dented a little bit and it takes out a little bit of a lack of that self-love, it likes to kick it in, like the happy smashers. They almost hone in on self-love like a heat-seeking missile, determined to try to like take a little bit because they have none. They have none. They don't want anybody else to have it. Self-love actually hurts them because it vibrates with them. It vibrates that little dark part of their soul that's all cringy and miserable and nasty and smarmy and shit. It's like the evil guy in the Harry Potter series. It's like their soul just looks like that. And all that stuff that your mama hopefully told you, if you had a good parents, was true. It really is true. All the stuff about the Chads of the world and the Karens of the world really, really is true. They are not worth bothering with. It's hard to say that when you're surrounded by Chads, but really, honestly, when you're birthed in that place of self-love, the world is Chads and Karens, and you step on them like ants. And if you have the perspective of that, if you have the perspective of that self-love, you can't attack no matter what. You're practically invulnerable, because let's be totally honest. When was the last time you actually got punched in the mouth? Pretty much never, as far as you can hear, for most people. So really what we're talking about is feelings, and they exist inside you. Granted, if you have received a little bit of denting and you are kicked in a little bit, you do got some cans, like a tin can that's been kicked down the road, it's difficult because you're vulnerable. So yeah, so these Chads really do look like lions, and that's their game. That's what they're trying to do. If you were whole and aware and centered in self-love, you would see them for the crawling bugs that they are. They would literally look nothing more than a crawling, ugly insect to you. I know this from personal experience because when I'm not invested or when it's the kind of Chad that I'm not subject to, I look at them and it's like, holy shit, it's like a bug. And then they go back to being moving wallpaper the moment I leave the room, and I don't think about them again. This actually happened one time for me at the beach. But the key to remember that it is the lack of self-love that allows these bugs to look like lions. And sometimes you do feel like the gazelle, but understand that even the gazelle doesn't think about the lion 5 minutes after it's been chased. So it's like, the rest you're doing to yourself. The whole trick is to not be a gazelle. And how do we stop being a gazelle? It's your focus. You have to get away from that downstream gazelle-like thinking where it's a constant state of lack and start looking upstream. That's where the upstream comes in. That's where it comes in. That's where the self-love comes in. The upstream, to be connected to everything. So that you can see these Chads and these Karens for what they are. Little things to be stepped on as you move through life. And it actually becomes fun. It becomes fun. It comes down to so next time, just ask yourself some questions. Sit back, take a cold look at the beer, and just realize that, what if there's 10 of them and one of me?
Fuck them!
What if I know a truth and they don't believe?
Fuck them!
What if I like something and they all disagree?
Fuck them!
What if I'm not in shape and don't have perfect teeth?
Fuck them!
And if my job's a joke and so is this company?
Fuck it!
And my ex turned all my friends on me?
Fuck her!
And if there's no hope that I'll ever be believed?
Fuck
and all that's left for me is just to pick up and proceed?
Fuck it!
If they're all gone,
fuck it!
All the close ones,
fuck it!
And what's left are the rejects and false friends sitting surrounding with bullshit abounding, slack-jawed and staring, then why bother caring? So why hate them for the shit show if they can't teach what they don't know? So they will just make more of the same. Just be glad you get it, or you'd be idiotic, and you'd end up caring about the shoes you're wearing, and never once notice that life is more than simply getting old.